Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Free Hammers. It's Luke here along with Paul. Mate, we ain't spoke for a couple of weeks. Yeah, mate, it's potentially, mate, some really exciting times. We'll talk about the friendly later, but it looks like
Finally,
we're going to sign a bloody striker, mate.
I hope so. It looks like it, mate. It looks like it. I'm still a little bit nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I've got the Italy shirt on in, all ready for it, ready to go.
Yeah, obviously the man we're talking about, mate. This man, Gianluca Scamacca. A huge man. I think he's about 6'5". Yeah, looks good, mate. We can all watch YouTube and say, oh yeah, he looks good, and that you never see a highlights package of his worst things. If you made one of Antonio, you'd probably have a 3-hour video. But it reminds me of Arnie a bit. He's got that same sort of build. He's apparently really arrogant, like an Ibra sort of player. Yeah, obviously, as an Italian support, mate, do you know a little bit more about him than I do?
I'll be perfectly honest, mate. Not really. I know when he was first being talked about, it was him and Raspadori, obviously both Sassuolo players, and Raspadori is the one that I had caught my eye previously.
Yeah, that was a name we were linked with at one point as well, if I remember.
Yeah, and I sort of thought, no chance. And then obviously Scamacca came up, and yeah, he's played a few times for Italy, hasn't scored for Italy yet.
7 times, I believe. Yeah, 7 times.
Yeah, so he hasn't really stood out playing for Italy, and I don't watch Sassuolo games, so no, I can't say really. I've probably seen any more of him than anybody else. But like yourself, mate, going on YouTube videos, he looks like Ibrahimovic, doesn't he? He does. He's got that. Well, he loves it. He loves to take players on. Loves the skill.
He looks like what Hollah looked like as well. If I'm going to be honest, when I looked at Hollah videos, the Frankfurt videos with him. Similar, and it's whether Moyes can get something out of him. Obviously, we can sit here and argue that Broha is still the main target, but yeah, he looks good. He looks good, mate. Arsenal wanted him. I know Arsenal fans are really like, I cannot believe that West Ham, we're going to sign him. PSG wanted him as well. There's got to be something in there, mate. There's got to be.
Definitely. I mean, you can see it. He looks the part. He does. He looks the part. Like you say, he's big. He's tall. He's strong. He's not scared to take a shot. He's not scared to take a player on. Looking at the videos, the only thing, and this doesn't really matter as long as he's scoring goals, but I think his passing is a little bit dodgy.
Yeah, I think he goes for the long pass quite a lot. He likes to try and attempt that worldy pass a lot. I
think it'd be interesting to see what happens in the Premier League when he has less time on the ball. That'll be something he needs to adapt to. But I mean, he looks like he's got all the tools. He looks like he's got the tools, and it's a case of can he adapt that to the Premier League. But yeah, it looks very, very promising, very exciting.
And it looks like again, until we see him holding up the shirt, it looks like it's done, mate. And finally, like I said, just finally, let's just touch on it. And listen, me and Paul, you will know, anyone who watches the channel, me and Paul's opinion on Mikel Antonio, mate, surely now, come on, this guy, Moyes must know that, for me, Antonio's finished, mate. He's finished. He's finished.
Yeah, I agree, mate. And, looking at him, and people will say, oh, it's only pre-season, it don't mean nothing. He's looked terrible. And he's looked terrible for quite a while.
Mate, one-on-one is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous how bad he is one-on-one.
You never back him to score. When he's through on goal, you never back him to score. And he's not getting any younger. The fact that we gave him a 4-year contract last year, what a joke. Crazy.
I believe there's a position for him still. If I see him playing on the wing this season, and I think he would do some damage there. But this man cannot play up front for us anymore. He can't. It just cannot happen. And hopefully, like I say, Scamacca does come in through the door and it sorts it out. Do you still think we will sign Broha, though, if Scamacca comes in? Do you think that Broha potentially, maybe not as a perm, but maybe as a loan later on in the window?
Yeah, I think it opens it up. And I think it puts us in a stronger position because, you know, we can turn around to Chelsea and say, well, you know, if you're going to muck us about, don't worry about it. You know, we've signed a striker that we wanted, whatever. But so I think it might open things up a bit more. It puts us in a stronger position. And then, like you say, mate, if we could take him on loan for the season, option to buy, all the noise is that he wants to come and he's kicking off behind the scenes at Chelsea saying he wants to come.
That's what I've heard as well, mate.
Players will never put in transfer requests these days, but you know, it sounds like he wants it to happen. I definitely think there's a chance, and I think we need him. I think we need both.
We need Chelsea to sign a striker. Obviously, they've missed out on Lewandowski, who's now gone to Barca. They need to sign a striker. I don't know who, though. You know, you look around, who's out there now, you think, well, who are you going to go and sign there, Chelsea? You know, the big boys, the biggest boys have gone now. Do you know what I mean?
Slightly off, but on topic a little bit. Did you see Haaland scored last night after about 10 minutes?
Yeah, ridiculous.
10 minutes in against Bayern Munich. Yeah, sweet, mate.
Mate, he's going to destroy us on that first day, and we'll talk about that next week. But he's going to destroy us, mate. You see Rafinha's first goal for Barcelona as well.
I actually haven't seen the goal.
He scored on his debut as well, Rafinha for Barca. Another name, mate. Obviously, you know, similar ideas what Moyes has got. Reminds me of Andy Carroll, Matt Jarvis, but obviously a higher caliber. Skamaka, and apparently, mate, same agent, Kostic, mate. Listen, this was a player I picked out in the Frankfurt in my previews well back, you know, in May. Who, you know, is a star player, one of the best players in Bundesliga. 28, I think, maybe going 29, or it might be 29 going on 30. I can't remember.
I think it's 29, yeah.
13 million. There are people out there, mate, Jan, why are we buying him? What are we buying a 29? Are you serious? Honestly, are you serious?
These are the same people, mate. These are the same people that are probably crying because we didn't get Jesse Lingard.
Yeah, same age. We'll talk about him in a minute, Jesse. But I agree with you, mate. Yeah.
No, if it happens, it'll be a fantastic signing. We've needed and I don't know why people keep talking about him coming in as a left back. He's not a left back. He won't play left back. He will be the plan B. All right, we didn't get Lingard. Kostic is the next one on the list.
For those of you who don't remember him, just quickly before Paul carries on, there he is there.
Yeah, we've needed a left winger to balance out Bowen on the right for quite a while. And he would be perfect for that. Perfect, because he's not a left back, but he can do that tracking back job. He can do that. He's a phenomenal crosser of the ball. They kept saying on Sky, showing the statistics, he's created the most chances in the top 5 European leagues behind Messi and Muller, I think it was. Like, he's a fantastic player. And at those numbers, sort of 12, 13 million, fantastic signing. If it happens.
Yeah, well, yeah, because obviously, you know, what if you believe what you read, the fee has been agreed, personal terms more or less there, but he's just got to decide now, you know, am I going to play Champions League with Frankfurt, or am I going to come to the Premier League? And it's a tough one for him, obviously, because, you know, he was probably the star player last year. Did he score in the final as well? I think he did score in the final as well of Europa League. I can't remember off the top of my head now. Yeah, I'd be very happy with that signing, mate.
Oh, he scored a penalty, didn't he? He scored a penalty.
Yes, he did. Yeah. Let's just quickly jump in the comments. What have I done there? I've pressed something there. I've pressed something that I shouldn't have pressed. There we go. Right. Do you think we will spend more money than the Hollah season? It's looking that way. You know, there's definitely money there, and I think there's been a lot of this. You know, there's only 50 million when really there probably is, and maybe is about 150 million to spend.
Let's wait and see until they've actually spent it.
Like you say, mate, yeah. You know, all the bids are up in the air. Another one that leads quite nicely, and I will go back in the comments, is Onana, mate. Obviously, you know, huge. Again, another 6'6" giant to play in the midfield. The bid's been there for about 2 weeks now. They apparently want about more to the 50 million. But we know that French league ain't got a lot of money. You know,
it's crazy. The money they're asking is insane. They only bought him last season. They bought him last year for like 6 million.
I think it's his contract. I think it's a 2026 contract. I think that's the thing that plays in their favour a little bit.
And I think he played mostly off the bench as well last season.
Yeah,
it's weird, mate. I obviously we've seen something in him that's made us go, yeah, we're going to throw 30 odd million pound at him. But it's a weird one. Like, he's hardly played. He's been there for a year. I don't know. Obviously, like I say, we've seen something in him.
Yeah, like I say, the clips I see, he looks a bit like, you know, like a Diarmi, Chiatti sort of mix. You know, big, you know, strong, athletic player. I hope it happens. I really do hope it happens, because, you know, it's showing ambition by these young players and, you know, trying to build something really. And it would be nice to see it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. What we got here? We need twice as many players, so I'd imagine we'd spend some more. Yeah. Here we go. Right, as you lads know, always been on the Jay Lings train and wanted him to return, but him and his family wanted money over football. Yeah, let's have a little chat about him. I'm just glad it's over, mate. I'm glad it's over now. You know, Moyes can't keep, you know, chasing him. By all accounts, he was coming, mate, on Wednesday. On Wednesday, he was on his way.
Yeah, from what I saw, it basically told Moyes, yeah, I'm going to sign for you. He gave him his word. From what I understand, it was agreed. The contract was agreed. It wasn't signed, obviously, but everything was agreed. He'd said, yes, that's fine. I'll sign for you. Forest came in, offered him more money, and he came back to us and said, no, I want more money now. And we told him no. We told him no. The offer's on the table. Take it or leave it. And obviously, he decided to leave it. Like you, mate, I don't really care. I've been saying this since the start. If the time to bring Jesse Lingard to the club was last summer, that was the time. After the loan spell, that was the time to bring him in. He stayed at Man United. We all understand, boyhood club, thought he was going to play for him, chance to play with Ronaldo. Understand that he wanted to try and force his way back into the team. So then come in January. Then January's the time. When that didn't happen, that was, for me, that was it. That was it. Move on, let it go. You know, the man's had like 6 good months in the last 2 years, and he wants 200 grand a week. You know, no, move on. And like you, mate, I'm just glad it's over with now. I'm glad we won't hear about it anymore.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And I think there's better options out there for that money. Yes, he was brilliant for us, but it's Jesse Lingard. He's not like, this ain't Neymar we're talking about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, mate, they made some good points on TalkSport the other day. You know, they keep talking like Jesse Lingard's 23, 24. You know, new prospect. He's a prospect.
Well, that's been a running joke. That's been a long running joke for Man United fans for the last like 8 years.
Yeah. You know, there's still some people that believe, you know, that. Listen, I'm not being bitter. If we would have signed him, I would have been happy. I'm not going to sit here and go, I didn't want him, but I wasn't bothered either way. And I think the fact that he has gone to Forest has proved, you know, what sort of his mindset is. You know, he wants the dollar now, and he's not, you know, he don't want to come and have a fight and try and fight his way in the West Ham team. And, you know, arguably a team on the up, and arguably a team, if we get those players in, you know, we've got a good chance to start there in that top 7.
I mean, the thing is, though, like, if I'm to be fair to him, it's probably one of his last chances at a big contract. He's going to want to try and get the most money he can. Yeah. And the fact that he only signed a 1-year deal as well, mate, he'll do it all again. He'll get another however many £8 million signing on fee next year as well.
Someone made a point about, you know, obviously he'd been at Manchester United his whole time. So this was his first chance to go and get, you know, that big £10 million signing on fee or whatever. So, yeah, maybe he will be a bit of a cash cow now, mate, where it's like, does that 1 year at Forest, then maybe he'll go to America next year, you know, again, get another big payday, or Saudi Arabia, or whatever it is. So, yeah, maybe there is some logic in what you're saying there, mate. Yeah, definitely. It's okay. It's pre-season. Mwamba was doing drills with Antonio. Hopefully Antonio is learning some things off the young lad. Yeah, he looks good. He does. Yeah, here's what I'm talking about. Moyes will go back 5. We will play bad football but excel at set pieces again.
I don't want to see that. I hope not. It's scary. Obviously, we played a back 5 yesterday, but I think that was more to literally all of our defenders being injured, which is fun. Zuma are the only...
We are linked with Luke Thomas from Leicester. I don't know how good he is. Yeah, left back, yeah.
I don't want to see us go to a back 5. You know, we spoke about this a little bit before. I don't think it suits us. I don't think it gets the best out of our best players like, you know, Rice, Souček, Bowen, Fornals. I don't think that formation works for them. You know, and we haven't got wing backs. Yeah, all right. If we bring in Kostic, he could technically play as a left wing back.
Mm.
Who do we play on the right? Soufal's not a wing back.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't work for us. I don't want to see it as an option in some games.
Oh yeah. It's nice
know.
to have that option, but yeah, you know, you have to play 4 at the back now. That's just how it is. Unless you've got really pacey wing backs, which again we haven't got the pace.
No,
to have
and then
your
plan. Then if you're gonna do it, it needs to be a 3 at the back. Really, do you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't want to see us go 5 at the back. Like I say, in some games where it's appropriate, but
yeah,
I don't really want to see that.
The majority of players we are linked with or submit bids with don't have a clue on why they are. In your opinion, lads, is Skamaka worth 40 million? Well, PSG were willing to pay 35, mate. You know, PSG don't usually buy bad players. Arsenal definitely were looking at him. I don't know. Sometimes you have to pay that little bit more because you haven't got Champions League and stuff like that. By all accounts, he's a really good prospect, mate.
Well, there you go, mate. I mean, that's the thing. What's the going rate for a young full international prospect these days?
Yeah.
40 million to me seems about right. You know, it seems about right. Yes, there's still obviously a thing of risk there. I think the thing is like we probably think I think we're still with a mindset, especially at West Ham, because we don't spend big numbers really on players often. What have we done? Allaire and Felipe Anderson, really, and both times it hasn't really worked out. But because we don't spend that kind of money off them, we are still with that mindset. Oh, geez, £40 million. This guy needs to be like Ronaldo. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But in the world of football,
the thing is now 40 million is about average for a decent player now.
There you go. That's what I mean, mate. Like we're still at that mindset that £40 million. Oh, that's like we're expecting 100% guaranteed sure thing, but the numbers ain't there for that anymore. You know, like I don't know. I'm trying to think of an equivalent in our squad. A young prospect. We haven't really got anyone that would be a kind of direct comparison. I don't think. Just trying to think like, how much would you sell them for, sort of thing. But we haven't really got anyone similar.
If you want to say it's like maybe a £40 million player, again, you probably would want more. Maybe it's like a Souček, mate. You know, 45. You'd take 45, 50 for him, wouldn't you? And I don't think you could expect much less for him either with Souček. So you know that's a going rate for a player that's, you know, doing a bit of. And if you listen, I trust Moyes. I do trust Moyes with a player. I do. They don't need the money as they have sold Botman. Obviously, that's Lille that have sold Botman to Newcastle. I saw a few posts on social media saying Moyes will go in again for Lingard in the summer again. I'll stay clear now. No, I think that's done now, mate.
I think particularly if it's true, the fact that he'd given Moyes his word that he was going to sign and it was all agreed, and then he pulled out and asked for more money. I think Moyes.
I think there's more chance of Fellaini signing for us than Lingard again. Or he likes Jody and Lescott as well, doesn't he? The Luton striker looked good first half. It did. We'll talk about that in a minute. Cup glory has to be the one for West Ham this season. Hope it happens. Listen, Europa Conference League, massive chance of winning that if we do get, we get past the banana skin of the first round. It's something we've got to go all out for. Europa League has to be the aim again.
Yeah.
Or as I've always said, you aim for the top four, and if you fail, you get the Europa League. Very raw, but he will be worth a lot after this season. I hope so. Mate. We are looking so poor, so devoid of any ideas, stale, not interested. We need signings to boost our morale. I agree, mate. I only watched the first half of Luton yesterday. And I know it's pre-season and I don't want people to jump on me going, nah. But God, it was bloody boring. It was so slow. It was like Luton, obviously when you play a lower league team, they're going to be more up for it. Nice to see Reece Burke yesterday as well, ex-Hammer.
Dan Potts came on as well towards the end of the game,
Yeah. But it just looked so slow and laboured.
Yeah, it wasn't good, mate. And in the whole pre-season,
Obviously, Rangers popped us as well.
Yeah, we all know we need signings, but I think the biggest problem is we that obviously the Europa League campaign last season, I think, kind of glossed over our league form. Our league form, the last few months of last season, was shocking. It was awful, and we look like we're carrying on where we left off, and that's scary. That's worrying because we don't look good. You know, like you say, it's lack of ideas. We don't know what to do. Hopefully, if we bring in Skamaka, we've got a focal point up front who can
Yeah,
actually
it's something
finish
different,
and,
mate.
you know,
An unknown.
yeah, give that bit of spark. But yeah, it doesn't look like, I don't know what we're working on in training. What's our game plan? What are we
It
what are
does
we
look
what are we
like Big
trying to
Tom.
do?
Looks like Big Tom's come back and looks, back to his back. Whether he stays, I don't know. But he's 2-2. And another player that's really impressed me in a couple of bits I've watched is Soufal. After his injury, he looks like he's back. He does look, he looks busy again. What about you? Anyone impressed you?
Yeah, they do look a lot better. Obviously, a much needed rest. Rice still looks like Rice. He still
No,
looks
yeah, head
phenomenal.
and shoulders, yeah.
Apart from that, I mean,
Vlasic has been getting quite good reviews, mate, on Twitter.
Vlasic, he looks better than he did, but I think that's just because he's playing more in the middle than on the left, which is his more natural position. He looks better, but I don't think he looks like a world beater. He still doesn't look like someone who's going to pull up trees. I really like Ashby.
Oh,
This
yeah.
preseason,
Sorry, that is one, yeah.
I've really liked Ashby. Seeing him come on, personally, I think he's a better player than Johnson. But then he came on yesterday, and Moyes put him on the left midfield.
Yeah, that was a bit weird.
What was the point in that? I don't know. It was weird. Like, surely we're using these games to
See
kind
if
of
they're
get.
ready.
Yeah, and you want to get into an idea of how we're going to be playing at the start of the season. You don't want to be bringing on a young prospect right back and putting him on left midfield. What's the point of that?
Well, like you said, then it makes him look bad as well. If he doesn't play well in that position, anyone who don't know him too well will think, oh, he's not that good. Well, actually, yeah, he's a really good right back. Like, fantastic right back, yeah.
Yeah, it's a strange one, mate.
What about, obviously, the Rangers game, mate? We haven't spoke before that. Obviously, a Gerd, mate. A Gerd, however you say it. Yeah, God knows what it is, mate. Some are saying 2 weeks, some are saying 2 months, some are saying 3 months, mate. The thing with it was a great tackle as well. Obviously he made the initial mistake, then he made amazing recovery tackle.
It was a good recovery tackle, but he made a couple of mistakes. Can't be too hard on him. Coming into a new team, a new league, a new country, he's going to need time to settle in. But it's just typical West Ham, isn't it? Typical West Ham. We go out and we spend however much money on a new centre back, and he gets injured straight away, and he's out for 2 months.
And a dodgy one as well. Always ankles. Not one of the ones that a defender really needs because they have to go in for them tackles.
Yeah, not good, mate. Not good. Like I say, still the club haven't. Not that I've seen. I don't think I've seen the club actually come out with any kind of
stories,
statement.
mate. There's conflicting stories. I hope he's not that injured, but Oggy has played some pre-season.
He played for the under-21s on Friday.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I don't know where Big Dawes is. I don't know whether he's injured.
Dawson's injured. Yeah. Apparently he's been injured all pre-season. Diop was missing yesterday. No explanation apart from he was unavailable.
But go on, mate.
I was going to say, from what I've heard, is Diop's not happy at the minute because a move was agreed with Fulham. It was basically done. He was moving to Fulham, and then Moyes decided no, he wanted to keep hold of him. Probably the right decision, obviously, with getting injured. But if Diop's now not happy, sort of kicking off a bit, he'll probably go, which leaves us really light again. We need another centre back.
Yeah, like I said, I won't be nervous if it is, and again, it's keeping them fit. If you've got Zuma and Oggy in defence, I'm not going to be unhappy about that, mate, because, the start of last season, would they play together about 3 or 4 games together? They were immense together, mate, both of them together. But it's whether they stay fit.
Yeah, I just see a comment there. I can click on that. Diop was injured. Where did you see that, mate? Because the interview that I saw, they basically specifically said that Dawson was injured, but that Diop was unavailable. They didn't say he was injured. They said he was unavailable. Just in case you've seen saying, I miss mate.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Declan Rice on Sky last night. What a good lad he is. I'm happy he's one of us. Good interview. Yeah, that was a really good interview. I don't know whether you see it, mate. They basically said that, how do you feel about the speculation? Do you want to move? And he was like, no. He goes, I respect my contract. It's annoying. He goes, and it was actually nice to hear him say them words. He goes, it's annoying, constant thing. I've got a great relationship with the fans, great relationship with the players. Obviously, he goes, if something happens, something happens. But it was just nice for him to talk like that for a change. And he was using we a lot as well.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing for a change. Obviously, very different from the last interview he did with Sky. The
Neville one.
The Gary Neville one. Framed a bit different. I mean, obviously, yeah, fantastic to hear him say those kinds of things, but he's sitting there in a West Ham shirt I'm pretty sure it was at West Ham's ground or training ground. He's not going to say the same things he was saying on that Neville interview where he's a bit more free. He's not literally sitting there in a West Ham shirt. Do you know what I mean? But still, obviously, of course, fantastic to him say that kind of thing. I don't think it really means anything. I don't think it changes anything. I still think we're in the same situation we were. He's still going to be looking to leave probably next year to go on and be competing at the top of the game. And, we've spoke about that a million times, and it's fair enough. Let's enjoy him while we've got him.
Yeah, exactly, mate, exactly. Gabriel Bongaher on TalkSports, he was saying Lingard don't owe us nothing. Nonsense, in my opinion, he does, because he was a bench player at best at United, came to us, scored goals, played his best football. Yeah, he chose what he chose. That's it. We probably won't talk about him again until the Nottingham Forest preview in a couple of weeks' time. Ben Rama had better stats last year. I assume that's Kostic, is it? You're saying that he's got better stats than Kostic? What do you make of Ben Rama, mate? In pre-season, similar sort of thing, isn't it, with him at the minute? Just frustrating, and he's incredibly frustrating player.
He's never going to change, mate. He's never going to change. I've said this. I was saying this all last season. He's got the ability. He ain't got the brain. Ben Rama he's not got that football intelligence. He just hasn't got it, and he's never going to change. He's got the ability. Put him in a lower half Premier League team, top half Championship team, it will look fantastic.
Oh yeah.
But for where we want to be, personally, I don't think he's good enough. I just don't think he's good enough. He's not quick enough. He's not got that football intelligence. Yeah,
it's as if like I always said to the kids in school, before the ball comes to you, have a look around. What's about? It's like he don't do that. Zidane was the best at it. Zidane knew exactly where every single player was. He seems to get the ball and it's like quick, do some step overs or something it's rushed. It's always rushed or just behind the player or just in front of the player. Listen, I hope he can do some stuff, but it wouldn't surprise me if it is the last year for him at West Ham. It wouldn't. But I don't think we're going to sell him in the summer. I really don't. But he needs to improve. He does. He just needs to. But he was good. He was good at the start of last season. He was. I'm not denying that. I've been watching a lot of pre-season football for all the teams that finished above us in the league. Regard to cohesion and patterns of play, I have to say they look miles ahead of us, and it is worrying. Yeah, Arsenal look really good, actually. They won 4-4, Arsenal. Not that it means anything, but I don't understand the Ben Rama criticism when he was one of our best players last season. Anything to sound that, mate? Or have we said it all?
Yeah, I've given my opinion on Ben Rama. I don't dislike him. I don't dislike Ben Rama. I just don't think he's. And I know, you look at the stats, goals and assists. He didn't have a bad season last year at pure numbers. I just feel like he's never going to be that player that we really need. I don't know. Maybe if an actual proper striker comes in, it will look better with an actual striker to feed. Maybe.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, that is a really. Good
I'm open to giving him a chance. I'm open to giving him a chance. But like I say, for me, I just don't think he's. And again, I've been saying it since last year. I just don't think he's got that level of football intelligence that we need.
Agree with Paul. Sufal isn't a wingback. A player we didn't speak about, so I forgot to mention him. If we sign Zielinski, it might change things, but I can't see it happening. Obviously, Zielinski, Napoli, is he? Really, really good centre midfielder. Again, Rob Newman apparently really pushing this one. 28, I believe. I think you can get him for around, was it 30 million? Was it 32 million? We seem to be looking at that sort of range players at 30, 35 million. What do you know of him, mate? Very good player, Polish international.
Yeah. It'd be interesting if we signed him, where he plays, who he comes in for. He's more of a sort of an attacking midfielder, that sort of, I would say probably more the sort of Fornals, Lanzini role.
Yeah. Technically very good. Very,
it's interesting. I don't know if it's a player that a position, I'll say, not a player. I don't know if it's a position we really need to be spending that kind of money in. I think we've got other areas of the team that's much more important. If I'm being honest, I can't really see it happening anyway. I don't really see that one having legs.
Yeah, but exciting if it did.
Oh yeah.
He's a very, very good player. But like you say, mate, it's where he fits. I didn't know a Gerd, but most people know Skamaka and Kostic. Yes. Both Czech lads looked energised and back to last season form. Yeah, I agree. And we know now, I feel bad that, I criticised Soufal, but, he had an injury. By all accounts, he's had that operation now and he's okay. Oh, yes, Rip Peach, a guy, got his own channel, Canadian guy, sadly lost him. I believe it was Friday, which is really sad. So, yeah, love to his family. Patrick Walcott says, is it 40 million numbers that have been banned around is rising to 30 million, rising to 30 million?
40.
Sorry.
It was around 40 million euros. I'm assuming we're talking about Skamaka here. I think it was like 33 million up front with 5-6 mil add-ons, something like that. So yeah, 30 to 35. I think that most of the numbers, a lot of the leaks and a lot of the tweets and stuff that I've seen floating about are from European journalists, so they're all using euros. So yeah, I think it's about 30 million up front, which is a good price,
Yeah. Lads, what do you think will happen to Connor Coventry this season? Keep for the Cups, Europe, or do you think his time at West Ham is done?
I think he'll go out on loan again. I think it's going to be the same as last year. I think we'll see these players a little bit in pre-season. I'm going to pronounce his name wrong. Mubama. I think will be the same. I think he'll go out on loan. I don't think these players will be involved with the first team next year.
Yeah, no, I agree.
The only one, like I say, the only one who's really impressed me is Ashby.
Yeah, I think he's ready as well. I think he's ready.
And I would like to see him. I would like to see him start the club and be around the first team. But again, it wouldn't surprise me if they shipped him out on loan either.
Yeah. I think with Coventry, I get the same sort of Josh Cullen vibes. We'll see him go somewhere and he'll probably be really, really good for that team, but just not quite there for West Ham. It's a tough one, isn't it? Because we've discussed that Rice will probably go next summer. And, is there a midfielder there ready and waiting? But I think that's why we're trying to get someone like an Anana so that when Rice goes, there's a big, unit of a player that can do Rice's job, but just not quite to the standard of Rice. Tough one. All I will say is I know it's pre-season, but the last game has shown me we need new bodies. Quick 1,400-mile travel this weekend to watch us. Yeah, and obviously Kent is, no disrespect, Kent, but you're one of the older guys that's obviously seen us play loads and loads and loads over the years. And you will know, mate, pre-season doesn't usually mean anything, but the fact that you're saying it, shows it as well. We definitely need some more bodies in there. We need some energy. We need people on their toes and some ideas, mate. Like you said, mate, it's lack of ideas. It just seems the same all the time. Let's pump the ball to Zuma. Zuma will lay it off to Cresswell. Cresswell will play a ball down the line or crossfield ball. Try to cross it in. No one there. Oh, look, we'll go through Rice. Rice pings the ball to Soufal. And, it's very predictable our playing. It's very easy.
It was funny the last two friendlies, Luton and the Rangers game. We look like we're trying to, it's funny watching us try and play out the back like we're Man City or something. It's funny because it goes out and it goes sideways a couple of times and then we end up punting it anyway.
Yeah, because we don't know what to do.
And we can't cope with the press.
No.
Luton did it, Rangers did it. see, as soon as we get pressed, we find it really difficult to play out of that. Really difficult to play out of that. I don't know. I don't know.
In modern football, that's something they should do on training every day. Play out against the press. Just repeat. But yeah, obviously, what do I know? If you could take one on loan, would it be Scott McTominay, Conor Gallagher, or Harvey Barnes? Well, it has to be Gallagher, then it, like you say, mate, it's top player. And when me and Paul were talking earlier about £40 million players, Conor Gallagher's 50 million. And if we spent 50 million on Conor Gallagher, I would be clapping hands going, well done, lads. But that ain't going to happen. Anything else on that? I like Harvey Barnes as well. He'd fit in our team left wing.
Yeah, no, nothing else really. I agree with what you say, mate.
Yeah, Scott McTominay, he would do good for us. I'm not, but yeah. Coventry looked good in possession, but slow on the defensive transition.
Coventry to me looks like he's just one of them.
Well, I think this sums it up.
Yeah, pretty much. Like he's good. He's good enough, but he's not really outstanding at anything. You don't look at him, and I don't know. He could probably play for us and be that kind of noble, like tick over every week, do a job sort of player. But he doesn't look like he really excels at anything.
No, just
and that's not a knock on him. I'm not knocking him. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm sure
yeah,
he's a player that's going to go on and have a good career in football as well.
Yeah,
maybe not at a sort of Premier League level.
Neat and tidy player, but like you say, mate, for what we want to become. He's not that. He's a neat and tidy player. We'll have a good career in football, but to be Premier League now, you really do have to have that little bit of something. You have to have that little bit something special. Johnson struggles up against proper wide men, got ripped to bits versus Rangers, and Cresswell was awful. A left back needed. Yeah, definitely a left back is needed, mate. And Cresswell's done now. He is. Listen, he's got a beautiful left foot. Arguably the best passer in our team, but he's done. He's done defensively.
Yeah, and again, it's something that we've been saying for a while. He's the weak spot in our team, and he's the area that teams target when they play against us. 100%. We need a left back.
Yeah, and this is sort of touching on your point, mate. 19 games and only 3 games lost. What's that one? Is that our record at home? Is it? I don't know. Just to tell Diop he can go before deadline day, depending on the length of the Gerd's injury. If not, he can go in January, and we'll just have to get over it. I agree, mate. We're still paying his wages at the end of the day. Zuma looked like he was hobbling about towards the end of the game. That's the only thing with Zuma, isn't it? He's another one who always looks like whenever he goes down, you hold your breath. Do you not think?
Yeah.
It was that. Sorry, Zuma and Ogbonna, 19 games played, and we only lost 3. But yeah, it says a lot. So, like I say, I wouldn't be nervous with them 2 at the back.
No, and Ogbonna's an incredible player. Like I say, last couple of seasons, he's been arguably a player of the year. But we don't know how he's going to come back from that injury. That's the problem. If he comes back and he's the same player, and I hope he is, yeah, no worries.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
But it's that.
It's isn't it?
We don't know yet how he's going to come back from that injury.
Some great comments in here, guys. We're going through them now. Thank you. Looking at Chelsea right now, would Rice even be keen to go there? I think they need other players, mate. I think if they didn't need a striker, and they didn't need the centre backs, obviously, they've brought in Koulibaly. Looks like they may bring in Koundé or Kimpembe for FIFA fans. That's going to be a real dirty defence next year. But yeah, I think 100 million can go elsewhere than Rice at the minute for them, and I don't think they've got the funds to do Rice this year. Both Moyes and Warburton both said pre-season counts for confidence and cohesion and patterns of play going into the season. If that's purely fitness, then we'd be 90 minutes into full training. I agree.
Yeah, I agree, mate. Yeah.
Zuma was sold by Chelsea due to struggling versus the high press. I did not know that. I think Coventry and Downs would be a good partnership in Rice if Rice and Souček fatigue or unavailable.
That's a big drop, mate.
Yeah,
that is a huge drop. You know, nothing against nothing against Coventry and Downs, but you're going against maybe not last season, but the season before, one of the best midfield pairings in the Premier League to
Yeah.
what essentially would be a championship level midfield.
Mm.
That's a huge drop in quality, mate.
Yeah.
Huge drop. And again, I'm not knocking either Coventry or Downs.
Yeah.
But
But
geez,
yeah, you'd have to you have to play Coventry with Rice or Downs with Rice, or Soucek. It can't be them two straight away. I'd love to see them develop and go on to have something like that, but yeah, you can't just throw them two straight into a Premier League midfield. That's like kamikaze. Kent agrees with you, mate. Benny's not quick enough on the ball. Yeah. Brilliant tricks and flicks. He don't see the picture through there. That's exactly what I said. He don't have a look around. He don't know what's going on. I think that's a bit harsh on Ben Rama. He looked the only player in the first half that could unlock their defence.
The thing is, mate, he looks like that, and he'll do a couple of tricks and a couple of step overs, and he'll get to a position where it's on. He needs to release the ball, and he needs to play the cross, he needs to play the pass, and he don't. He turns around again and does a couple more step overs. If he had that, like I say, he's got the ability there. He has got the ability to unlock defences, but when he does, he doesn't know what to do with it. He'll go past the defender, and then what does he do? He doesn't know what to do. He'll do it. He'll try and go past the defender again. If he had that quickness of thought to know where everyone was and be like, right, I've beat this defender, play the pass, play the cross, it'd be brilliant. But I just don't think he's got that.
No.
I don't want to keep knocking Ben Rama all day. I sound like I'm
Ben
Rama hater.
We're just picking out, what they need to improve on. Luke and Paul, have you seen the FIFA 23 trailer? No, I haven't. And I'll tell you what, it might be the first game I'm not by.
You haven't seen it, mate?
I haven't watched it.
It's funny. It looks like, it looks like the same game, really. But they're really, really pushing the women's football. Like, it's basically a women's football trailer. And they've got one of the women on one of the Chelsea women on the cover.
Frank Kirby, isn't it?
But it's funny because I saw a stat that I think it was something like, of all the people that play FIFA, millions of people that play FIFA 22, I think it was less than 3% of people that own FIFA 22 ever played a women's football match on the game. so I don't know. Like, if they're trying to get girls to buy FIFA, I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose, it's that as well. Isn't it? Like, are you going to get girls to buy FIFA? I don't know. I'm so bored of the game now. I'm so bored of it. I heard Leicester need to sell before they can buy. Would you put a cheeky bid in from Maddison? I like him, but we all know, apparently, the rumour is that when Moyes was here last time, he turned down the chance to sign him from Norwich. So maybe it's a player we don't fancy. He does seem a bit of another one of those like TikTok ones, likes his social media and likes his clothes and all that, rather than being totally focused on his football. But I do like him as a player. What about you, mate?
Yeah, he's a good player. He's a good player. Again, it's another one that, I mean, we are obviously targeting central midfielders, but I don't know if it's that type of midfielder we need now. Like you say, we need that kind of Onana, sort of big defensive midfielder, sort of tanky player. I don't know if Maddison is the type of player we need. We signed Downs, who's I'm not saying Downs is as good as Maddison, the same type of player. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and like Troy just said there, Maddison attitude. And Matt Rainey's just clarifying what he said earlier. Lads, I wasn't saying chuck them both in the deep end. I just think it would be good partnership. Yeah, and I hope it is.
Hopefully one day, mate. Yeah, hopefully one day. It'd be great to see.
Just seeing if I forgot anything that I was going to mention. No, nothing I was going to mention. What comments have we got here? Maddison would be an improvement to our current cams. In my opinion, Manu is our best cam at the minute. Yeah, and there's still a player in Lanzini as well. There's still something there. I don't know how much desire he's got left at West Ham. There's always constant things about him wanting to go home and stuff like that. But, there's still a player in it. You know what I don't like, mate? And let me hear your opinion. Loads of people put their lineups out for next season. They go, oh, yeah, Ariola in goal, bloody. And then you go up front, it's Skamaka, Kostic, and then they put Antonio just behind with Bowen now. They always seem to leave Fornals out the team. Oh.
If you put I think the problem is Fornals has spent pretty much 18 months babysitting Cresswell.
Yeah.
And it's made him look bad. It has. It's made him look bad. Get in a proper left back. Get in a proper left winger. Let Fornals play that midfield role, that sort of number 10 role. It'd be amazing. And Moyes obviously knows how good Fornals is because he's like the sort of third name on the team sheet every week.
Yeah.
You know, the quality isn't in doubt. We just need to play him in his proper position and not have him babysitting Cresswell for most of the game.
Yeah, no, it does. It baffles me that when people leave him out because he has got his faults. You know, he does, like you say, mate. But a lot of that is because he has to compensate for Cresswell. So yeah. What's he say? What is going on with Jonathan David? Isn't he available? If so, it's mind blowing. We didn't go for him. There must be something that Moyes don't like in him. There must be. There must be something there. Because he is a good player, but it just must be something that he doesn't like. Maddison was good 3 years ago. Last season, awful. Tielemans is the man. Yeah, Tielemans is available. By all accounts, he might go to Arsenal. But yeah, that is a player I would like. But again, Tielemans is another one, Ken. Attitude. And Moyes definitely doesn't like players with attitude. But I don't know if you've read about Scamacca, mate. His dad went down to a training ground. I can't remember was it Genoa he was at before Sassuolo, somewhere like that, and smashed up every single player's car.
Yeah, but that after that, Scamacca has completely cut himself off from his family.
Oh, right, cool.
He's cut himself off from his dad. He's come out and basically disowned him. And so you can't kind of use that. Yes, and his granddad was a naughty boy as well. Apparently, his granddad and his dad are both sort of not the nicest people. But he's completely distanced himself from them.
Right.
Completely distanced himself from them.
It was interesting, mate. I know you've read a little bit more into it. It was interesting to see what Paolo said. You know, whenever we're linked to an Italian player, I always see what Di Canio's got to say about it. And he said that he don't know whether he'll quite make it. But then you read that obviously he left Lazio, obviously the team that Paolo supports. So can't read too much into what Di Canio says about it.
He didn't just leave Lazio. He left Lazio for Roma. Which is, that's like one of us going to Tottenham or Millwall. Do you know what I mean? So, Paolo won't like him anyway. That was when he was a kid. It was when he was a kid. He was on the books for Lazio and he left Lazio and went to Roma. So Paolo won't like him regardless.
CEO of Sassuolo confirms Scamacca is on his way to East London, the West Ham way on Twitter. Good stuff.
I think it's a medical today, they've said.
And it may be announced Monday, Tuesday, which would be fantastic. And he needs to go in and start against Man City. This can't be, we'll ease him in. No, start him against Man City. Haller's debut was against Man City as well, I believe. I'm sure we played Man City, Pellegrini's first game with Haller.
You never know, mate. Maybe Haaland won't start. Maybe you'll be
we'll
eased in. Maybe Pep will be like, oh, no, we need to ease you in, mate. Get you used to the Premier League.
They won't play Calvin Phillips either. Just ease him in. Gets my nerves. Fornals is a manager's dream. As long as Moyes in charge, he will play, definitely. Where we going? Couple more comments. Not Fornals' fault. Someone fluffs all the one-on-ones, put through on goal. It's true, you're only as good as the striker in front of you with your assist, If Payet was putting them through to someone and they weren't scoring, he wouldn't have the assist categories, would he? Same as Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne could lay that ball to Antonio probably 20 times a game. But if you don't put it in, your assist stats are not up. My problem with Fornals and Lanzini is ball retention. Maybe I am being a bit harsh, but they give a ball away cheaply. I think Paul will agree with me here. When you're a player of their mindset, it's good that you give the ball away because they're always trying to find that pass that gets through. Maybe only 1 in 5 get through, but that one that does get through gets missed on a 1-on-1 by Antonio anyway.
Yeah.
But I've sat here and slated Mark Noble for years about sideways and backwards. Kevin De Bruyne, who is probably the best at it, or someone like a Modric, they don't care if they miss that pass or give that ball away. They will keep trying because that one that gets through could be a goal. And, you need that mindset as a player. You do, don't you? And that's something we lack. We haven't
Mm.
got someone who can really unlock a defence, have we?
Mm.
You
No,
know, someone
I
who's
agree,
really good at it, mate. I would argue, apart from Dimmy, obviously, I would argue the best one before that was someone like Benny Yoon, you know, who had that killer pass. We haven't had someone like that for a long time. Guys, what do you reckon on Kostic? Comes in on the left. We chuck Antonio, ride White, and drop Bowen into the middle in the number 10 behind the striker. It could work, but I really like Bowen on the right-hand side. The way he cuts in and just rips left backs to pieces, man.
I think you saw it yesterday against Luton. Bowen started in the middle, started the game in the middle, and obviously he wasn't playing in the number 10 behind the striker. He was sort of in the middle on his own, but he's not as effective. I think he does his best work coming in, cutting in off the right-hand side. I think that's where he's best. Definitely could work. It could definitely be an option, but I think he does his best work on the right.
And again, just on your opinion, I know I said it already, Matt. I can't remember whether you said it. Are you against Antonio still being in the starting lineup? Not as a striker, obviously, but you know, if he was to play on the left wing and right wing,
I think there's a place for him as a starter. I don't know, as a sub, as an impact sub, as someone to come off the bench against a tired defence. Oh yeah, all day long. As a starter, I don't know.
I think he's, you know, the time is slowly getting numbered for him, innit? I would do a cheeky bid for Arsenal youngsters, right? Reece Nelson, good left wing and right wing, got massive pace. Something we like, young, hungry. He's a good player. I do like him. Pace is really important. It's something we miss. Mattis scored 18 goals last season with 12 assists. If that's awful, I'd take that. I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. That's phenomenal numbers.
Yeah, that is phenomenal. Obviously, they did have the Europa League campaign as well.
30 goals and assists in a season. That's
he takes all the free kicks and he's a good free kick taker as well. Something, you know, that will need replacing. Right, I'm going to do these last few comments, mate, and then we'll wrap it up. We're going to go a little while now. Harvey Barnes would be my choice to sign. Realistic player, but transfers would be too much. We need a left wing. Yeah, I like Harvey Barnes. He always plays well against us. Lads, would you take Callum Hudson-Odoi? Yeah, he's good. Another good player, getting it more right-sided, and he played right wing back actually under Chelsea as well. Why not? Why not, mate? You know, I like a lot of good young players at Chelsea. You know, something they can't do anymore because obviously the rule changes. You know, you can't have like a cattle market anymore. Kostic will sign a new deal with Frankfurt. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll
I think there's a good chance of that.
Matt, I would take many Chelsea players, but their wages is an issue. Yep, that's what I just said. Ballon, he's on 110k.
No way.
We could do something near or around, in my opinion. Is he really on that sort of money in the Bundesliga? Wow. Do we need more English players? We are signing a lot of foreign players. You know, if they're good enough, I don't care where they come from.
Well, we've signed 3 players and one of them's English.
Yeah, Dan's was English.
Yeah, I think the thing is it's difficult because you have to pay that homegrown tax, you know.
Yeah, no, exactly, mate. Like if if we did want to go and sign a Conor Gallagher, you know, he's 50 million straight away. Anyone who's in that England team, like the fact that Bowen's just got back in the England team, how much is he worth now, Bowen? You know, he's got to be a 65 million pound player now, hasn't he? There is a quota. Yes, there is a quota. Anything else, mate? Anything else West Ham related that you've seen?
No, I don't think so. Not that we haven't sort of touched on. Still waiting for the 3rd shirt to be announced.
I did get the home shirt. I do like it. I have to say, wearing it, it was nice shirt.
If we sign Skamaka, I'm going to have to buy a shirt to get his name on the back. But I don't really. The away shirt's fine. I just don't like it as an away shirt. I want to see what the 3rd shirt is. Hopefully, we have a really, really good 3rd shirt. I really like the away goalkeeper kit. I really do. That sort of beigey grey one. I think that's really nice.
Where we, what we've got at the moment, and let's pretend that we add Skamaka in. How confident are you? And how many more?
Oh, we need more. We definitely need more. You know, I would argue we would still need another striker. We still need a left back. We still need a left winger. So you're talking at least we would we signed down. So I don't think centre mid's massive priority now. Depending on the situation with our centre backs, we might need another centre back. I would say if
At
Scamacca
least
comes
4.
in, yeah, I reckon I would say at least 3. I'd say at least 3, potentially 4, depending on the centre back situation.
Yeah. Who do you think will be our number 1 next season?
I'm
it's
worried,
making
mate.
me nervous, mate. It's making
me nervous as well. It surely has to be Areola now. Surely has to be. But I don't know. I feel like Moyes is going to stick with Fabianski.
Yeah. Well, you know why, mate? Again, I don't know if you read the article about Rice being, official captain now, and that he's named 3 vice captains. He's named Cresswell, Fabianski, and off the top of my head, I can't remember the other one. But the fact that Fabianski was named as the second vice captain makes me think he's going to be a starter.
Yeah. And the way that we've been lining up in pre-season, it looks that way as well. It's worrying. But then I don't understand why Areola would come on a permanent unless he's been given a guarantee he'd be first choice.
Yeah.
I don't know why he would sign. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see until that City game, won't we? It's only 2 weeks away now.
This has to be a transition, though. This has to be the transition of, getting ready for Areola to be the number 1. Kent says we need 5 or 6. Randolph got to go, surely. Yep, surely he will go. We need 5 or 6 because of 9 subs. And Fabianski, from what I read, again, similar to what we're saying, mate. I think we'll wrap it up there. Just to let you know, guys, this is our 997th video. So next week, hopefully me and Paul can get together, and the podcast will be, because I'll do 2 videos in the week, it will be our 1,000th video, mate. 1,000 videos.
I'm going, isn't it?
Yeah.
1,000 videos. Who would have thought when we started up all them years ago with 1,000 videos? Yeah,
it's mad. Yeah, so that'll be, a nice little look ahead to the Man City game. Be talking about that, and be ready to go for the season, mate. Obviously, Charity Shield next week. It's mad how quickly it's come round. It really is mad. But obviously, we've got the World Cup in the middle, which will be really, really exciting as well. Last couple of comments, and then I'm done. Maybe Fab only got an extension if he's playing 1 more season. But then what's the point of playing him? If it's only 1 season, what's the point of playing him? Areola, number 1 all day long. What's Moyes on? Cheers, guys. And Ralphie says thumbs up. Right, guys, I'm going to finish it there. Like I say, we'll do a podcast next week, hopefully for the 1,000th show. Then I'm off to Turkey. But I will be doing videos when I'm out there. I'll do the review of the Man City game and stuff like that. Hopefully they upload quick enough, because the internet in hotels is always, really, really bad. But I will be trying my best. Anyway, guys, take care of yourself. I nearly went like I nearly did Jerry Springer there. Take care of yourself and each other. Now, take care of yourself. Look after yourself in the sun. Keep believing. Come on, your irons. 4K race is on. We're nearly there. Let's go.
Cheers.